Hello, my name is Adriana Villegas, and I'm excited to be here. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we can use the strengths of English learners and work closely with their families to help them succeed in school. So, oftentimes I get questions regarding culturally responsive teaching, um, questions about English learners and working with their families. So, I'm going to go over some common questions and answer them for you. So, what are cultural influences on teaching and learning? What is culture competence and its role in instruction of ELs? Also, how can ELs' cultural values and beliefs be integrated appropriately in the context of teaching and learning? So, everyone's culture can shape their learning and the way of teaching. For example, you may have a Hispanic student that doesn't make eye contact when responding. And this is because in their culture, it's a sign of respect to authority to avoid eye contact. So according to great schools, it can be hard to understand nonverbal cues because of different cultures have different rules about eye contact, touching, body language, and other gestures, just to name a few. Cultural competence means being able to teach students from different cultures by understanding their backgrounds, being aware of your own biases or our own biases, and using skills that help us teach them well. So this is helpful to educators because it helps us to make lessons that are more meaningful, and ways to include students' cultures to make lessons more meaningful is into teaching and learning can be done with a variety of methods such as stories and books for examples and activities that reflect their traditions and experiences. And this will help them make them feel valued, more motivated, and engaged to learn. Because oftentimes we have students that are not engaged. What is the role of culture in student learning, and how do school and classroom environments influence language acquisition, and what steps are necessary to create an inclusive environment? So with this, culture takes up a good part of a student and who they are, just like our culture, our beliefs, our traditions as educators make up who we are. So when a student's culture is respected, the student will then feel safe, motivated to learn and participate. I feel like I'm repeating. When schools and classrooms can demonstrate cultural competence, are friendly and supportive, then students will feel comfortable using new language. They'll be able to participate. And all teachers can make a classroom feel welcoming by using pictures, materials in different languages, like printed materials in different languages. Encourage students to share experiences and traditions of their culture. And another important way is to set rules that respect everyone. What are some strategies for supporting and celebrating cultural diversity within instruction? And what are some strategies for leveraging home language and cultural assets? So there are many strategies that teachers can use to support and celebrate cultural diversity. We as teachers should be using books and materials of different cultures and let students use their native language in activities, such as discussions and working with peers. This helps them to better understand what they are learning and what they are working on. And oftentimes, holidays of different cultures fall during the school year. So this is a great way that we could celebrate these holidays and traditions. And of course, if students are up for it, because, you might have some students that are shy and might not want to. And it might brighten their day or week and make it more meaningful for them. I may also add that inviting families to share their family customs, because sometimes it changes a little from one generation to another. And it's nice to understand the root of their culture. This shows students that their language and culture are important and help them learn better. So when we come to the supporting needs of ELs in the classroom, what are some strategies for responsiveness to different strengths, needs, and identities of all EL students, including special needs? And what are some opportunities and approaches to meet the social and emotional needs of ELs? Teachers can help by using pictures, simple instructions, and letting students demonstrate what they've learned in different ways. So verbal, audio, pictures, Google Slides, those are some examples. For students with special needs, it's important to work with experts and their families. This gives us a background of strategies and supports to help them succeed, because parents have, they know how their child is at home. We can support students' feelings by earning their trust, listening carefully, and teaching them how to handle their emotions and stay positive. All of these are important in creating a safe learning environment for all students. And these are some of the strategies that I currently use when working with my youngest, who has an IEP, especially handling the emotions and staying positive. That's something we're working on. What is the importance of understanding the social, emotional, and cultural needs of students when establishing classroom routines and procedures? So it's important to know students' feelings and cultures when making classroom routines, because these routines need to respect them, help students feel safe, and understand what will happen. Students will then focus more on learning and utilizing English when they feel safe. Home and school connections. How might family and community practices, funds of knowledge, influence language learning? So similar to connecting learning to one's culture to engage and make students feel valued, connecting school to home life can help students learn better because learning is relevant. Families and communities have valuable knowledge and skills called funds of knowledge that students bring with them to school. Lastly, what are some strategies to build and foster strong family, community, and school partnerships? What are effective family engagement practices that support and highlight the assets of home languages, including communication, family involvement, and providing intentional strategies for families of ELs? What are some inclusive community engagement practices? So here, this is something that can happen at the beginning of school, in the middle of the school year, and throughout the school year. Schools can hold events such as open house or back to school nights and provide it in different languages, along with translated materials and interpreters to communicate with families. We could invite families to share ideas and offer various ways to get involved in a way that is flexible with their schedule, because we know parents have different schedules. Some work nights, mornings, early mornings, just various times of the day. Working with community groups that help families make these partnerships stronger. A good way to do this is to respect all kinds of families and make everyone feel included. So to finish this off, I want to say that using culture and language strengths of English learners, caring about their feelings, and working with families can help create a school environment where all students can succeed and feel proud about who they are. Thank you for listening.